Anand, you need to mute the mic. Brahmaham yat prasadena mayi vishvam prakalpitam Shrimat Swayam Prakashakyam Pranavami Jagatam Gurum Yah Paramatma Jagat Srishtva Prabhivesha Punasvayam Tam Krishnam Pratyagatmanam Vande Gopi Manoharam Yasya prasadadahamadvayatma Vishvam samastam mayi kalpitancha Tan sarvalokaika gurum sadashri Swayam prakasham gurumanatosmi Gurunam charanam bhojam Pranipatya nirantaram Tatkripa Dvaita Chinta Kaustubhamarabhe. When it is said that Mahavakyam intends to show that Atma, the self, is partless, akhandam. And if the self is akhandam, the vakyam, the sentence, cannot be controlled by samsarga or vishishta. Vishishtatvam, samsargatvam or vishishtatvam. Now the opponent insisting that samsargatvam or vishishtatvam will be the tantram. He says, this akhandatvam which you claim is akhandatvam of course of Atma. Cannot be the intention at all. Why? According to him, that is it not directly known that I am not Brahman, I am not complete. And this is a sarvabhauma. Everybody says that. Whether it is an uneducated person or educated man or a woman, adult or an infant, everybody says that. And therefore, Naham Ishvaraha, I am not Ishvara. This is pratyaksha. It is directly evident. Then, sir, how can you say that Mahavakyam, which is a pramanam, can have the intention of showing Atma is akhandam, akhanda. Therefore, akhandatva cannot be the Mahavakyartha. Why? Pratyakshadi virodhat. because there is a pratyaksha virodha. To which the teacher says, itina vachyam. This is not the case. You cannot say this. You cannot say something because if it is essentially wrong, defective, faulty, that thing cannot be presented as something trustworthy. Correct? It cannot be presented as being something trustworthy. Itina vachyam. Now, what makes you say that it is not grahyam? It is not acceptable. Something becomes acceptable if it has arrived through the valid means of knowledge. This experience that Naham Ishvaraha is pratyaksha, is directly known. And therefore, why should it not become acceptable? At this point, the teacher said, pratyakshadinam abhasatvat, because all these pratyaksha, etc., which pratyaksha means we are talking about the pramanas, do not forget. How many pramanas do we have? In our system, we accept 6 pramanas. How many? 6 pramanas. Is there anybody in the congregation in today's meeting? Can anybody name those 6 pramanas?
Yes, Swamiji.
Name them.
Swamiji, Anumana Pramanam, Upamana Pramanam, Pratyaksha Pramanam, Anupalabdhi, Shabda Pramanam,
Arthapatti.
Arthapatti, yes.
And these are the 6 pramanas. Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Anupalabdhi, Arthapatti, and Shabda. These are the 6 pramanas. Now, we are dealing with the Shabda pramana because this Mahavakyam is this Shabda, meaning the sentence. It is the Shabda pramanam. Now, in this case, what has happened is, according to the opponent, that what is presented by your Shabda pramanam seems to be contradicted, opposed, or even invalidated by pratyakshadi pramanas. In this case, what would happen? That your Shabda pramana, if is falsified through any other pramanas, the Shabda pramana loses its status as a pramanam. Therefore, that what is presented by the Shabda pramanam, if is opposed by any other pramana, it would naturally lose its status. Got it? As a pramanam. And therefore, you somehow will have to arrange this Shabda, that Vakyam as having a different meaning than the meaning presented over there. I will give you an example. Hope all of you are able to grasp this. There is a vakyam in the Veda, Yupodityaha. Like in one of these fire sacrifices, they have a wooden pole. Okay. There is a wooden pole, which is a stump, which is fixed in the ground, in the earth. Now, this wooden pole is called as Yup. So over here, the Shruti says, Yupodityaha, this Yup is Aditya, meaning the sun. Now, when the Shruti says Yupodityaha, this is naturally contradicted and falsified by your pratyaksha pramanas. Is this pole the sun? No, because sun is the one who's shining in the sky and is bright source of light. To say that this Yupa is Aditya is then invalid statement. But before it can be rejected as invalid, the Mimamsaka says, no, sir, it is not invalid. It has to be arranged in a different way. Like what? He says that this pole is polished smooth and then oiled, etc. So it becomes very shiny. Now, the shiny pole is called as Aditya because it is shiny, like the shining. The sun is shining, and therefore the shiny pole now is being praised as if it is shining like a star. So now this becomes a prashamsarthavadaha. It becomes arthavad, meaning it is just a praise. Now, when you say something is a praise, that statement does not become a statement bringing false information. It simply means it is a praise. And thus, the Mimamsaka says, by being the arthavad, it still retains the pramanyam. Okay? So it is not giving you false information. It is simply being a praise. So now you see what happens if the Shabda is contradicted by the Pratyakshadi Pramanas. Which Shabda? The Shruti Pramana. Because we have essentially said Shruti is a Pramana. But the Shruti itself, if presents a meaning which is contradicted, falsified by the Pratyakshadi Pramanas, then the statement will assume the status of being Pramana, but as Arthavad, not as presenting a factual, reporting of factual object. Got it? It is not reporting a fact. Because the yupa is not sun. To call the yupa as sun means that it is only the praise of that pole that it is very shiny. That's all that you want to say, that the pole is very shiny. Yupodityaha. Thus the Mimamsaka takes the position of retaining the pramanyam of the Vakya. Similarly, over here, Naham Ishvaraha, that this Atma is not Ishvara. If it is established through the Pratyakshadi Pramanas, and if your Shabda comes saying that this Atma is Ishvara, now it is directly contradicting the Pratyakshadi Pramanas. Thus, now you will have to cast this sentence as only the praise. Actually, the Jiva is praised as being Ishvara. Jiva is not Ishvara. You are not Purnam. You are not Brahman. Then what are you? Hey, you are just simply Jiva, but we are praising you. Okay. This is what would happen. But now the teacher tells the opponent, Shruti Virodhe Pratyakshadinam Abhasatvat. Now, if this is the case, now we are going to tell you that whatever the Shruti has presented is a fact. And if it is contradicted by Shabda, etc., then in that case, if it is contradicted by, Pratyaksha, etc., the Pratyaksha and the rest of the gang of the Pramanas, what would happen? That they will lose their status as Pramana. Why? Pratyakshadinam abhasatvat. Okay. Yogya anupalabdhehe asambhavena jivanishtha ishvara bhedasya pratyaksha ayogyatvat. If you are saying there is abhava, meaning absence, and absence then is reported not by pratyaksha or anumana. What is it that reports, cognizes the absence? It is anupalabdhi pramanam. We have seen this, a day before. So let us say there is a pot. Ghatatvam, meaning the potness. Where is it? In the pot. So how do we say Ghatanishtha Ghatatvam? How will we say that? Ghatanishtha Ghatatvam. But at the same time, there is absence of clothness. There is potness in the pot, but clothness is not there in the pot. You cannot wrap the pot around you to protect yourself from cold or sun. So therefore, pot does not have clothness. Patatva bhava. This patatva bhava, absence of the potness, then is reported by anupalabdhi pramanam. Clear? Anupalabdhi pramanam now. Sorry. Anupalabdhi pramanam reports the absence of clothness. So also according to you, Jivanishtha Ishvara Bhedasya. What is it that is absent? Ishvara Bheda. Absence of, now for our convenience, we will say absence of Ishvaratva. Absence of Ishvaratva. And where is it absent? In Ishvara or in Jiva? It is absent in Jiva. So if it is absent in Jiva, and if it is seen, then you are going to say it is Yogya Anupalabdhi. It is Yogya, it is valid. It is valid. Yogya Anupalabdhi. But now, this Akhandatvam or Ishwaratvam, Brahmatvam is not absent. Essentially, that what you call as Jiva is Brahman, and therefore is there. And yet, even if it is there, and if your Anupalabdhi Pramanam reports its absence, then Anupalabdhi Pramanam becomes Ayogyam, because it is reporting wrongly, and therefore it becomes it is Ayogya. Okay. Naham Ishvaraha iti, where is it? Yogya Anupalabdhihi Asambhavena. Over here, Yogya Anupalabdhi cannot be there, is impossible. Because if Brahmatvam is there, how can it say it is not there? And therefore, Asambhavena. One. Next thing is, Jivanishtha Ishvara Bhedasya Pratyaksha Yogyatvat. So the first reason is Yogyanupalabdhi Asambhavena. Okay, draw comma. Further. Manaso Anindriyatven. Next is Jivanishtha Ishvara Bhedasya Pratyaksha Ayogyatvat. Say suppose there is this absence of Ishvaratva. Can it be reported by the Indriyas? If it has to be reported by the Indriyas, which are the Pratyaksha Pramanas, then the ears will report, ears in the sense, Shravanendriya will report Shabda, sound. If it is through the skin, Tvagindriya, tactual faculty, it will report to you if it is hot, cold, rough, smooth, soft, or hard. This is what the skin can report, Tvagindriya. If it is through the Chakshurindriya, the visual faculty, it should report blue, red, round, tall, so on and so forth. So, Ruparanga will be reported by the Chakshurindriya. Then, if it is through the gustatory faculty, it will report to you if it is sweet, bitter, pungent, so on and so forth. Shadrasas. And if it is through the Ghanendriya, meaning the olfactory faculty, smell, it will report to you if it is, what kind of smell it is. Now, please tell us, these are the areas in which the Pratyaksha Indriyas will function. So this Ishvara Bheda, meaning this, absence of Ishvaratva, for our time being, let us say that Ishvara Bheda means absence of Ishvaratva, which you are claiming is there in Atma, okay, in Jiva. Jiva Nishtha Ishvara Bheda. So where is this Ishvara Bheda? In the Jiva. Absence of Ishvaratva. Where is it? In Jiva. Who is, according to you, reporting it? The Pratyaksha. Are, by directly known means it will be directly perceived. Do the Indriyas report you this? That Atma is not Ishvara. So absence of Ishvara, is it a Shabda? Is it Sparsha? Is it Ruparanga? Is it some sort of Rasa? Or is it some sort of smell? Please tell us. What is it? And therefore, Ishvara Nishtha, Jiva Nishtha Ishvara Bhedasya Pratyaksha Ayogyatvan. So even when you are saying it is directly known by everybody, and that's why it is that Atma is not Akhanda, Brahman. Pratyaksha Ayogyatvan, your Pratyaksha only is Ayogya over here. Even if there is absence of Ishvaratva, it cannot be reported by your Pratyaksha. Therefore, your claim that it is reported by Pratyaksha is, what are you saying? Are you joking? So, Pratyaksha Ayogyatvat. And that's why, everybody says like that, and everybody knows, hey, that is just, such kind of claims are there for what? Just to be flung to the wind. उसमें कोई महत्व नहीं है. सो प्रत्यक्ष से तो नहीं पता चला. आप बोलते हैं ना जी, we know this through our mind, not through the indriyas. So now we are going to ask you, is this mind any indriya? Because even if it is known to you, and if it is known to you through the mind, which means you are saying that this mind independently is a pramanam. Just as Chakshurindriya is a pramanam, then olfactory faculty is a pramanam, Ghanendriya is a pramanam, Shravanendriya is a pramanam. You are saying even the mind is also a pramanam. Because it is known through mind. Our question here is, knowing through a particular faculty means that this faculty reports to you such things which cannot be reported by any other means. Ruparanga is reported only by the Chakshurindriya. And understand, when I'm avoiding the word eyes, because when we say eyes, we mean these golakas. But we do not mean golakas. These golakas are the part of the sthula deha. Chakshurindriya is a part of the sukshma deha. Is not it? You remember this? we have done. Sukshma Deha. Chakshurindriya is not a part of this physical body. So Indriyas are not a part of the physical body. Indriyas are the part of the subtle body. So please tell us, what is that area which is exclusively belonging to the mind, for the mind to be called as a pramanam? Over here, the shabda becomes a pramanam because our shabda is illumining for you dharma and brahma, which cannot be known through any other means. And that's why our Shruti Shabda retains its status as Pramanam. But your mind, which you are claiming, you have known it through your mind. Oh, I feel it that way, And you have these guys who have this claim. Oh, you have to feel it. No feeling, willing. Feeling kya hai? You have to feel it here. How have you known? Now, when it comes to nirnaya, because we are coming to all this process is tatparya nishchaya, and nirnaya. And in nirnaya, like a judge who is sitting over there, presiding over the court. Now oh, no, this fellow looks very cute, and that's why let us not, say that he has done any theft. He looks very cute. Hey, this is what you will do? He can be cute, he can be brute, whatever, but if he has done the theft, he has to be punished, penalized for that. Therefore, that when it comes to nirnaya, you will have to be little kathor. Oh, you have no place for our feeling. Over here, we are not talking about feeling things. Feeling, we will take you on another, place. But over here, we are doing nirnaya, and that's why we are not going to consider, but he will feel bad and she will feel bad. अगर बुरा लगता है तो बुरा लगे, हम क्या करें उसके लिए? So he says, manasaha anindriyatvena. The mind is not an indriya for which it can be called as a pramanam. And if it can be, that's why it cannot even have the status of being the pratyaksha pramanam. Therefore, even if presently when you know that naham ishvaraha, and if it is reported by your mind because I feel like that, that feeling is also not valid. Manasaha anindriyatvena. That's why the first claim of yours, ki pratyaksha, is in opposition to your claim of Atma being Akhanda, Brahman. That itself is now the whole thing. How are you going to prove? That thing is pulverized. Okay? Pratyakshadinam abhasatvat. Why abhasatva? Yogya anupalabdhehe asambhavena jivanishtha ishvara bhedasya pratyaksha ayogyatvat manasaha anindriyatvena. And tathatvacha. Therefore, the pratyakshadi pramanas, what happens to this in our case, present case? They now lose their status as pramana over here. Lose their status, apramanyam, and yet it appears to be a pramanam, and therefore it is only a pramana bhasa. It is just an appearance, so it is a deception to call that they are a pramana over here. Oh, we have seen Ishvara with our own eyes. I have felt Ishvara. You have to feel Ishvara. How is that? हो सारा कचरे के डिब्बे में डाल दिया एक वाक्य में मिला. Now furthermore, but it is still our experience that Jiva is not Ishvara, is not Purna Vastu, is not Akhanda. My experience, how can I deny it now? Now let us take that. Jivadhikarana Ishvara Bhedasya Sakshibhasyataya. It is printed as Tathana, it is Taya. Sakshibhasyataya Pratitikatvena Tad Vishaya Pratyakshasya Shrutya Badha Sambhavat. Okay, stop over there. Badha Sambhavat. Jivadhikarana Ishvara Bhedasya. Jivadhikarana Ishvara Bheda means Jivanishtha Ishvara Bhedasya. Adhikaranam means location. What is the location where you are finding the Ishvara Bheda, meaning the absence of Ishvaratvam? Where are you finding? In Jiva. Okay. Jivadhikarana Ishvara Bhedasya. So this fellow is finding it there. He says, it may not be illumined by the Indriyas, but is it not illumined by the Sakshi? Look at that. This is a very interesting argument. I hope you people are able to enjoy this. I mean, understand it. And if you understand, then only will you enjoy. To me, it is a feast. I don't know about how it goes with so many of you. I mean, by any which ways, it is there. Let's go with it. Like the Sukha and Dukkha. Is Sukha or Dukkha reported by your eyes or nose or ears? Is it? But Sukha and Dukkha is known. Now, another example is hunger. Is it reported by your nose or the tongue or the eyes or the ears or the skin? What is it through you know I am hungry? If it is reported by your eyes, please tell us what is the color of hunger. If it is reported by your ears, please tell us what is the sound of hunger. Don't say people will start burping or something. Yeah. So tell us, what is the sparsha? If it is reported by your skin, then what is the sparsha of hunger? Is it hard or is it soft? Is it rough or is it smooth? Is it hot or is it cold? So we know that experiences like the hunger or Sukha and Dukkha is not reported by the Indriyas, and yet it is Pratyaksha. So we are going to say it is directly known, but now what is it that illumines it is definitely not the Indriyas. then what illumines it is the Sakshi, Sakshi Bhasyataya. Similarly, just as something which is reported by the Sakshi or illumined by the Sakshi, reported means not reported. If something is illumined by the Sakshi, like that, this Ishvara Bheda, Jiva Nishtha Ishvara Bheda, is illumined by the Sakshi, and therefore it is directly known. Naham Ishvaraha. Can you deny that now? Sakshi Bhasyataya. So it is an experience, and this experience is directly known, and it is known not through the Indriyas, but it is made known, it is illumined by the witness, by the consciousness directly. That's why the consciousness over here is called as Sakshi, Sakshi Bhasya. Like the hunger and thirst, Sukha and Dukkha, etc. All right? Sakshi Bhasya. So, Jivadikarana Ishvara Bhedasya Sakshi Bhasyataya Pratitikatvena. Now, this which is illumined by the Sakshi, and therefore your claim is that it is real, to which we are going to say, because it is experienced yet, how is it? Pratitikatvena. It is only an what should we appearance. Pratikikatvena tad vishayasya. Now that what is known directly, even through, though illumined by the Sakshi, yet what happens? Shrutya badha sambhavat. That it is possible to falsify that through the Shruti. Shrutya badha sambhavat. Why is it pratitik? Because it is. Why is it pratitik? Because it is falsified. Just as you see in dream that somebody has given you, let us say, $1 million. And then you wake up only to find that it was a dream. There was no $1 million. Dream is also illumined by Sakshi. Just because it is illumined by Sakshi and is directly known, yet it does not become something valid knowledge, something which is real, factual. It can be directly seen by you. It can be illumined by Sakshi, and yet it is not factual because it gets falsified. If something gets falsified, it is no longer valid. It is pratitika. That's why you wake up in the morning and you say, oh no, what $1 million? I just have got, 1,000 rupees in my account. 1 million, bada lamba खींच रहा है. साक्षी भाष्य होने पर भी, तुम्हारा वो प्रत्यक्ष अनुभव होने पर भी, वह बाधित होने के कारण सच्चा नहीं हो सकता. मिला? Got it? Pratītikatvēna tadvishayasya pratyakshasya shrutya बाध संभवात. सो प्रत्यक्ष का बाध संभव है. यहां पे कौन इस प्रत्यक्ष का बात कर रहा है? श्रुति. Now we will give you yet another example where you will see that something which is reported by and is direct experience, is directly experienced, also can be falsified through other means. Our other means in our case is Shruti, which will falsify it. But we need another example wherein that what is reported as pratyaksha, which is your direct experience, also gets falsified. Correct? Where do you see this? He says, Chandragata pradeshikatva pratyakshavat. Two examples actually he has given. First, both of them are concerning the moon. So you see the rising moon and you are enchanted by that. Okay, don't stay enchanted. Answer our question. Please tell us, this moon which you are seeing, how big is it? How big do you see the moon? So this fellow says, the moon today looks bigger. Rising moon, Sharat Purnima. The moon is of Sharat Purnima of this particular season, autumn season. The moon looks big, bigger than the rest of the Purnimas too. So how big? I must have seen the moon Pradeshika, as big as the span of my hand. Ek bitta bhar. Vid bhar. Bitta bhar dikha. Pradeshika. So now, according to you, the size of the moon, if reported by the eyes, is only Pradeshika. Itna hi hai. But is that the size of the moon? Is that the size of the moon? Is the moon only that big? Pradeshik. Moon is the circumference of the moon is several thousand miles. ये इतना बित्ता क्या है तुम्हारा? And that's why that what is reported by Pratyaksha is later on cancelled, is falsified through other means. Okay. Then he gives you yet another example where that what is reported by Pratyaksha is falsified. Where do we see this? Sometimes some people may have a defect in the eyes. If the pressure in the eyes increases, like you only can apply a little pressure to the eyes and you will see two images. Double. Why? Just because you have applied the pressure, it becomes double. Like that, when the internal pressure, blood pressure, etc. rises and the eyeballs are pressurized, you may even see Dvitva of the moon, two moons. We are on the Earth, not on Jupiter or elsewhere where you have several moons, satellites. Now you see two moons, that Dvitva of the Chandra. what happens to that? That though is your direct experience and reported to you by the eyes, which is pratyaksha pramana, yet it is all falsified. So, apratyakshavat tadgata. Tadgata means chandragata. Dvitvadi pratyakshavaccha. Tadgata dvitvadi pratyakshavaccha. Tadgata means chandragata dvitvadi, dvitva, double. Dvitvadi pratyakshavaccha. So that what is claimed to be your direct experience also gets falsified, and therefore you saying that Ishvara Bheda is pratyaksha, Jivanishtha Ishvara Bheda is pratyaksha, and therefore Jiva cannot be, this Atma cannot be akhandam, is this claim of yours is wrong. And therefore, coming back to our Vakyam, the Tatparya Nirnaya which has taken place through the Shadavidha Lingas is the Tantram to determine the meaning of the sentence, not samsargatva or vishishtatva. What is the tantram? What is the tantram which will report or which will, by the way, how the sentence will function? It is only through tatparya or nirnayaha which has taken place. Okay. Tatparya vishayatvam will be the tantram. Someone amongst you has asked this question: if it is tatparya vishayatvam which will make that sentence function, then why have even tatpada and tvampada vichara through anvaya vyatireka? Are bhai, in the tatpada, you have only come to understand that Ishvara is akhanda chaitanyam. But have you known that this Atma is akhanda chaitanyam? No. When will you know this Atma, the one which is discovered as the pratyak chaitanyam, is akhanda chaitanyam. Akhanda chaitanyam is pratyak chaitanyam. This is shown to you by the Vakyam, and that Vakyam is controlled, directed by Tatparya Vishayatvam. That's why we need the Tatpada Tvampada Viveka, and we also need this Tatparya Vishayatvam as the factor determining the functioning of the sentence. All right. So up to here, we have seen, and what comes next, let us see in our next class. Brahmaham yat prasadena mai vishvam prakalpitam Srimat Swayam Prakashakhyam Pranomi Jagatam Gurum Yah Paramatma Jagat Srishtva Pravivesha Punaswayam Tam Krishnam Pratyagatmanam Vande Gopi Manoharam Yasya Prasadadahamadvayatma Vishwam Samastam Mayi Kalpitancha तं सर्वलोकैकगुरुं सदा श्री स्वयं प्रकाशं गुरुमानतोऽस्मि गुरूणां चरणां भोजं प्रणिपत्य निरन्तरं तत्कृपालेशतो द्वैत चिन्ता कौस्तुभमारभे ॐ Mahadev, Mahadev, Mahadev. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Anand, just stop recording.